To Champaign, first of all. Has it been a whirlwind since you've been here, pretty much?
Yeah, it's been a great experience. It's been a great experience so far, getting to know the players, the coaches, the area, the facility. Really enjoying it.
The big question that comes, I think, when people look at you is, okay, young, compared to the rest of the coaching staff. How do you feel about where you are in life compared to your coworkers and Lovey and experience?
To me, number one, I'm extremely excited to be around such veteran coaches. I think we have coaches that came from all different walks of life, NFL pedigree, college pedigree, West Coast, East Coast, and South. So I'm fired up about that. And in regards to my experience, I've been a part of a unit that led the nation in sacks last year, been a part of a Rose Bowl, a conference championship, and been coached by some great coaches. So I'm ready for this opportunity, and I'm extremely excited.
How acquainted have you become already with the defensive line for Illinois? What have you seen? Are there spots where you go, if you have seen much yet, you go, oh, I can see already what I'm going to do, or are you still getting to know things?
Still getting to know the players, but I'll tell you one thing, I'm extremely excited and impressed with the talent level up front and the experience that was gained last year from some freshmen playing and all the guys we got coming back, as well as the two guys we signed early that are coming in this year. So I'm extremely excited about the group. I think it's a veteran group that likes to work. And I think it's going to be a great spring ball for us.
Now, I know you haven't been here a whole, length of time yet, but what kind of recruiting contacts do you have, and what areas do you think you might be working in with the country?
I don't know as far as the area specifically to tell you. I don't know that right now, but I'm originally from the state of Florida, played at what I think was one of the best high schools in the state at the time in Tampa. Got a lot of connects back home for sure. And NorCal, SoCal, a few in the Midwest, even a little in Texas. I've kind of been at two universities that are kind of on a national recruiting style at the time I was there, so I was able to develop a lot of contacts, and I'm excited to get going and get that opportunity on the road when it comes in the spring.
Florida's basically one of the most important states for college football. The number of recruits that come out of there. You excited to try and get some of those guys up here? And again, maybe you're not going to be recruiting Florida, but
yeah,
just in concept.
Yeah, and to me, if you're talking about the state of Florida, Coach Lovie Smith and Coach Nickerson, you go no further than that. I grew up watching those guys, and their name carries extreme weight there, as well as the West Coast, Adam Gilbert. So yeah, definitely, excited wherever that is to spread Illini football and get it going.
How is that coming, you as a young up-and-comer in the business? You mentioned, Lovie and Hardy Nickerson and, those guys, you watching them. How has it resonated with you yet, just what that means to be associated as a coaching staff with those guys?
Absolutely. It meant a lot to me. I mean, even on the interview process, sitting down with Donnie Abraham and Coach Smith and Coach Nickerson, it meant a lot to me, and it was important to me to prepare and do a good job, and even now getting here to prove them right with me being here.
What's the learning curve for you to move into this defensive system? Does it take a lot for you to absorb? And a new player, a freshman, would have to take a lot. And what about for you, or is it similar to what you've been around?
No, there's not much of a learning curve for me in terms of the defense and the landscape. Playing D-line is playing D-line. One gap scheme is one gap scheme, and I was afforded a lot of opportunities with Clancy Pendergast at SC, and there's a lot of similarities and carryover.
You mentioned you were impressed with the defensive front as young as those guys were playing as freshmen last year, and another good crop coming in. You got a couple that are already here, like you said, but just with this youth movement and youth infusion into this program, you being somebody quite not too many years older than they are, just what do you guys plan to instill into this defense, moving forward?
I think hard work, relentless pursuit, and toughness, and grit, and all the qualities that are already in place here that Coach Smith and Coach Nickerson and staff have developed, and just to echo that and take it even further, take it to that next level, and start to build the culture.
That's the same thing at Gill. What's something that you think would be important for fans or followers of the team to know about you that won't show up in the press release or the media guide bio about you as a coach or a person? Anything that you might want to share?
I'd probably say as a person. I came from a blue-collar family, didn't really come from much. I was a walk-on in college. and I kind of carried that mentality through life. And so that's something about me, you know, my parents instilled in me. You know, my dad is an air conditioning worker. You know, he's still busting his butt. My mom works at a bank, and so just the family aspect. And to echo that is that my sister's a college coach, and she got her first opportunity at a young age. And so for us, it's kind of a lifestyle. She's the pitching coach at the University of Connecticut.
Softball or baseball?
Softball.
Oh,
So she actually played and got a job the next year. When she finished, she got a full-time job coaching. So it's kind of a lifestyle for us, and it's something we've embraced and we really enjoy. You know, to me, if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life, and that's how I feel about this.
She's beat Illinois twice in the NCAA regionals in 2 years.
Yeah.
One-run games. So.
Yeah, you know, she's fired up for me to come out here, and you know, we kind of watch each other, so it's exciting.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Austin.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Welcome to Champaign.